Okay, so right now I'm watching the um I don't actually know if this is the second or the third Now You See Me, but the one that's titled Now You See Me, Now You Don't, the one that came out this year or 2025, you might be watching this 10 years from now for all I know. Um and there is Jesse's going on about, well, in the movie Atlas, he's going on about the lady and how their father is selling the heart shaped diamonds at inflated prices to clean their dirty money. Sometimes blood soaked, sometimes literally blood soaked money. Um, and it just gets me going, my brain going. All of our stories, or majority of them, especially like these Robin Hood type stories, right, are basically centered around the good guys who want to help the world, but are somehow doing it in like the worst way and like the least effective way possible. Always, like every single time, they're doing it in the most least effective way possible. Um, Going up against these basically super evil, super richy rich people, right? Typically like borderline murderous, money hungry, so on and so forth, right? Types of people. And I think about it, right? And I think about how none of this shit really matters. And yes, a lot of people understand that. You probably understand that. You probably really understand that. But I mean that I really do mean it. On the deepest layer, everyone, you, me, everyone who exists currently, today, right now, exists because our common ancestors killed off other hominids, other human like beings for them to survive. A few layers above that, we are all, at our core, animals. If you feel like you are about to die, you are going to kill whatever is possibly about to kill you. You know, or at least if you care about your life enough, at least, and you may care about your life to that extent, but you may freeze or you may just run. Running is a smarter option, but depending on what you're up against, fighting is the smarter option because you can't outrun it, and the further you run, the further you run, one, the less strength you'll have when the fight inevitably comes later on after you tire yourself out running. And um I mean that's pretty much it. Yeah. If you run, you won't be able to outrun it, and you're just gonna tire yourself out, meaning you're gonna be weaker when you do have to fight. So, excuse me. Yeah, you know. So ultimately, fighting whatever it is trying to kill you is ultimately the best bet. And it doesn't mean you need to be a trained fighter or some shit. Just go for the obvious points: throat, nose, ears, groin, um, not spleen. What's the fucking kidney? Um, Obviously, like we're assuming you're fighting a human, right? Things like that. You know what I mean? And it's even easier if you have a blade of some kind, if you have a knife, or even just a key. You know, again, you are a human. You are essentially a living weapon, pretty much. And a lot of people don't. I don't think a lot of people truly understand that you are a human. You are capable of extreme actions, pretty much. You know, your brain literally has to stop you from hurting yourself if you try to. You have to go far beyond your brain's safeguards to actually kill yourself in terms of like with your own bare hands actively kill yourself, like to twist your neck to kill yourself. You have to do a lot of work, you know. You have to do a lot of work, you know? Um, but it gets me thinking ultimately, none of this shit matters. One, one single human cannot topple a government. And I mean that as in, like, just the human themselves, not them acquiring information. I mean, like, the human by itself. Unless you are a human that, well, yeah, I mean, ultimately, it just boils down to acquiring more than what you are, more than you have. Whether if it's information, but even information doesn't matter because you can have the information, you can have all the information you want to topple every single government, but all it takes is one bullet or one nice, nicely played, one perfectly good placed strike or slash or bullet, as I said before, and you're dead. You know, um, that's where money gets involved. Oh, don't leave the door. They're gonna go inside. My little cousin just left the back door open. He went out there to do something, but he left their doors open. Oh, I think he grabbed their bowls. So I forgot to feed him again. Um, but yeah, I don't know, and it's like these stories make you feel good. They're really like feel good stories. Oh, look at the underdogs winning. You know, most likely at the end of this, there's probably going to be some fake out where we don't think they get the diamond and they get the diamond. You know, or it or there's no fake out and they just get the diamond and win win. Cool cool. Everyone good about their day. Nice. Feel good. Movie over. You know, but in our world, in our reality, ultimately it doesn't matter. The funniest part that I think about is the IRS. The IRS actually doesn't care how you get your money. They don't give a fuck how you get your money. They care that you pay your taxes. You can come up with $100,000 tomorrow. You could go and rob a bank, make it out clean as day, or fuck that, no, not rob a bank. You could rob one of those those trucks with the money in it that they use to like the Garda World. That's what they are. The Garda World trucks. Those trucks. You could rob one of those using a robot, using a few robots. You could use like one robot to actually rob it. Then you could take that robot, get in the car, and then throw the money out the car while you're under a bridge. And then you throw it in a hole, and then a robot dog drags the money away to a different location. You know, and then you have like a built-in explosive inside the dog and the or not even explosive. You have like preset boxes at different locations. And the point, or no, 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 fuck that. In the car, you could have a rig where essentially the acid melts the robot. Well, that would be you need a lot of acid, but I mean in that you could have like an explosion pretty much. You could explode the car, and then the robot. That one you could have it in like a box that you just leave in the hole, and it melts the robot slowly, and you just walk away with the money, you know. uh, or I mean, in reality, you could just like, well, yeah, but there's a lot of different ways you could do it, Um, the point is, it doesn't matter how you get your money. It literally does not matter. You could do the most heinous shit in the world, or you could do a really simple thing and just make a good looking app that has a simple gameplay loop and you print money from it because people play it, you know? You could do anything. You could harvest organs from people that are suicidal, you know? You could do whatever the fuck you want. And as long as you pay your taxes, the IRS does not care. meaning the US government does not care. And at the end of the day, it makes complete sense. People don't care. People don't care about anything until it affects them. And it's understandable. It's completely understandable. There is so, for example, the past like few years or whatever, as like a society, right? We have all been complaining and talking about the same big giant catastrophes that are happening. The war in Gaza, ICE agents, things like that, right? But there are still dozens and dozens and dozens of tragedies happening everywhere. And you can't fix them all. You can't. It's impossible. You cannot fix them all. It is impossible to solve all of it. Unless you are from the outside, like outside of our world, and you have the power to overpower any human, any technology, then yeah, you can fix everything. But even then, would that person want to? Would that person want to rob us of our ability to fix our own problems? Oh, excuse me. You know? Because in a way, that's theft. That's theft of an entire species' potential. And at that, what stops a billionaire from just developing a personal spaceship? Like having a car, but it's a spaceship. It could be the size of 2 or 3 buses in terms of height and width, and it's just it's a mini spaceship. That's it. That's all it is. It's a mini spaceship, and it has not retractable, but what are they called? Like not returnable doesn't make sense. um, Basically rockets that get you up to space and they return back down. I forget what they're fucking called. I cannot think of what they're called right now. But yeah, you have that, and that's like just your thing. You just do that. You just go off and stay in space for months on end. Maybe not months though, because that would be a bit much. But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, these stories still do feel good, you know. But I always think about you have people at the very very top making millions. Then you have people a little lower making hundreds of thousands. Then you have people living comfortably. Everyone who is making more than they need and yet all most people choose to do is either complain about the problems of the world or give a little here, give a little there, give a little there. Like they'll give to a charity, or they'll talk about something, or they'll put a black square or a yellow square. They'll do what they see as just enough. And it's understandable though. Because at the end of the day, the universe is apathetic. No one has to give a fuck. No one has to give a flying fuck. And most people don't. Most people are just concerned about their own bubble, their own sphere. And it's understandable. All these people you see online, they're not the majority of people. Nowhere near, actually. but it makes you feel like it. All of these people. All of these people, dude. Last thing, what's annoying as fuck is having all of these different platforms where you can, and I think I really just mean like all of these different money exchanging platforms, and it being annoying as fuck to keep your accounts. My PayPal today or yesterday was now permanently limited, and I have a second PayPal account linked to a different email, and it won't even let me link my bank account to that account. It won't let me at all. I tried doing it 3 times, and the same thing happened. It just wouldn't fucking load the thing. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't work. I tried making a Stripe account. That doesn't work. Cash App, for some reason, doesn't want to verify my identity. In all the different, whether it's Ko-Fi, Patreon, it's either you need Stripe or PayPal. PayPal, not working. Ultimately, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my game playable again. Make the maps for the other, what's fucking 6 or 7 games that are going to be on the main menu that people will see when they go into my game. Oh, excuse me. And then I'm going to put it up on itch.io. And probably at the end of the month, when I have a bit more money, I'm going to put it on Steam. And I'm probably, so that I have income from the whole thing, or at least potentially have income from the whole thing. I'm gonna have a DLC thing that's basically in-game currency. That way, one, you have something once the bigger update comes out. Basically after I get help to actually make the 3D stuff I want to make for it, which is essentially saying I'm gonna make one body type have 2 different characters you can use to fight against each other, and slowly create the rest of the body types. And you can use the in-game currency to make clothing and armor and items that you can use. And then you can sell them to other players. But that's it. I think. I don't know. I'm also gonna, once I get this playable, that's all my videos are gonna. Why did she leave her door open? My granny just got back and she left her door open. I think she forgot. She's been forgetting a lot recently. Not like dementia stuff, but and it's not even that she's forgetting like it's dementia thing. It's just she has ADHD and she doesn't realize it, or she doesn't care that she has it. But she does the typical ADHD thing, where she'll do something, forget she did it, and then do it again, or say something, forget she says it, and then she's confused as to why I brought it up, but then she doesn't remember. She doesn't remember. kind of annoying at times. Because what do you really do? You know? I'm not going to go back and forth. She's just going to say that she didn't say it or whatever the fuck. When I know she did. And I know she just doesn't remember. And I know that's what's happening because it happens to me. Or at least it used to. Not anymore. At least, funnily enough, I can't remember if it happened recently. But it doesn't matter. Have a good day. Bye-bye.